Good afternoon, everyone. I too would like to welcome you aboard the Red Cloud today. My name is Bryn. I'll be your captain out here. This is my 4th year working for Dells Boat Tours as both a pilot and a guide here on the Upper Dells.
This is High Rock, which stands about 65 feet tall, and off to our left, you'll see Romance Cliff, which stands at about 75 feet tall. Right below us marks the deepest point of the entire Wisconsin River. We're separating into 2 different channels here on the Upper Dells. Off on our left, this is the old riverbed, which is the original course of the Wisconsin River. And off to our right, you'll see the Narrows. This was formed about 14,000 years ago by the drainage of Glacial Lake, Wisconsin. And we'll be taking this path today. When you put these 2 channels together, they form an island. It's straight ahead of us at this time. We actually have the largest deposit by far right here in Wisconsin Dells. Now the sandstone's very soft and very porous, and it holds a lot of water. This allows the plants and trees to grow their roots 50 to 60 feet down, and geologists say this is some of the oldest bedrock found on the face of the earth. Leroy Gates came to this area, and Leroy and a few others were known as the Standing River Pilots. Alligator, he's all white, his mouth is wide open, just sitting on that rock right there, directly to our left at this time.
Wow. Do you know what resort that is?
Chula Vista.
Off on our left, you'll see Steamboat Rock. Steamboat Rock is the only rocky island we have here in the Upper Dells. However, we have 3 of them in the Lower Dells below the dam. It got its name from hot air balloonists back in the 1800s. They said from an aerial view, it looks like a pumpkin seed-shaped steamboat they had at the time. And now we've entered Lover's Lane. The cooler temperatures, calmer waters, and the overhanging trees makes quite the romantic atmosphere. Bugs, spelled V-U-G-G-S, and they're home to the cliff and bank swallows. Cliff and bank swallows migrate here from Venezuela mid-April, and they leave mid-August. Now we love having those birds here because every single day they eat 2 to 3 times their weight in mosquitoes and other bugs.
You go, baby.
In fact, they say there's not a single mosquito left here in Wisconsin. That's right. They're all married with plenty of children. Seats. We have a couple empty seats upstairs, a couple downstairs. Just don't take anyone else's, please. And last but not least, as we're docking, this is the most important thing. Please remain in your seat. Bryn and I will get off the boat. We'll tie it up. Oh, man. Tough crowd. All right, we're going to be in the gulch about 15, 20 minutes. Try to be back ready to go on the boat right around 1:55. It's about 1:30 right now. Back here, 1:55. Once again, just remain seated. We'll let you know when it's safe to stand up and come ashore. Hope you guys all enjoy Witch's Gulch.
Alrighty guys, it's now safe to stand up and come ashore.
Now the walk here at Stand Rock is quite a bit different than our last walk over at Witch's Gulch. Straight ahead of us, the one without a boat, we'll follow that wooded boardwalk up into the woods, up to a little amphitheater where I'll talk to you guys for a little bit, and then we'll watch that German Shepherd jump. But while we're doing that, Bryn will be moving the boat, the dock, to the left where the other boat is now. So we're going to make sort of a horseshoe shape up into the woods and be back down on the other dock. Go for it.
Looks like we're in the wild now.
We're gonna watch the dog jump.
What?
We're gonna watch the dog. We're gonna watch the dog jump. So back around. Stand there.
Alright folks, welcome to Stand Rock. You guys are looking at the very first attraction, or so we like to say, of Wisconsin Dells. Now believe it or not, it was not the water parks, t-shirt shops, or even that upside down White House that brought people here back in the 1800s. It was in fact the beautiful rock formations and the landscape of the area, which you guys have all been seeing today. Now Stand Rock stands at 47 feet tall with a 12 by 20 tabletop ledge. The gap between the two rocks is a little over 5 feet. The man that brought this here to us today was a man named Henry Hamilton Bennett. At the age of 14, Bennett and his father moved to this area in search for carpentry work. At the age of 18, he was sent off to fight in the Civil War. However, 4 years later, he returned back here with an injury in his right hand, which disabled him from the construction business. But at that time, a man was selling his photography business downtown, so Bennett and his younger brother bought the business for themselves. Now, back in the 1800s, in order to take a picture, an object such as a person would have to stand still for up to 5 minutes in order for one picture to fully develop. If the object were to move in that time period, the image would blur. You'd have to restart the process over again. Now, Bennett was a very creative man. He made an object called the snapper. This was basically made out of a cigar box and a few rubber bands. It's very similar to what you all have in your phones and cameras nowadays with an instant shutter, which allows you to take pictures very, very fast. To test his new invention out, he'd go on the Wisconsin River with a couple lumber raftsmen. They'd put the rafts near each other and throw pieces of rope to one another, and Bennett would take a picture while the piece of rope was in mid-air. He sent these pictures off to critics, but nobody believed him. They kept putting him down, often saying he was holding the rope up by a piece of string. Now, he was very determined to prove them wrong and show them his new invention actually worked, so he continued along the river until he came to this area here. Saw these very tall rocks standing here, took the snapper and climbed up on the rock right behind you folks. Now at that time, Bennett also had a 14-year-old son named Ashley. He came up here with Ashley, told his son to climb up here on the right, and he told his son to jump. His son jumped back and forth a grand total of 17 times until H.H. Bennett was finally able to capture the photo we have here today with Ashley Bennett right in the middle between the two rocks in mid-air. Now we sent this picture off to critics, and of course everyone finally believed him, because there's no way you could hold a person 47 feet in the air for up to 5 minutes by a simple piece of string. He entered this in an art show in Chicago, and people fell in love. People from all over the world came to this art show, and everyone started asking Bennett, where did you take this picture? As I mentioned earlier on the tour, you can only find this type of rock on 4 places on the entire planet, so really no one had seen anything like it before. Bennett simply told everyone, Wisconsin Dells. After that, people from all over the world came to see the beauty, which you guys have all been seeing today. Now this picture was taken back in 1886, so Bennett and a few other men jumped for the boat tours for a while, and then with insurance companies coming in, you can imagine things have changed. So we're going to have a German Shepherd do the jump for us today. If you guys brought your cameras, I'd get those up and ready. The dog will jump from the right to the left, back to the right again, and he does not stop in the middle, so you might want to put it on video. Alright, you guys all ready to go? Alright, start your camera if you're ready. So on Monday I got a really good picture of one of our captains jumping. It looks really, really similar to Ashley Bennett. I have it on my phone if you guys want to come check that out. But if you're ready to go, you can take the path down on the right.
Does the college bring their geology groups up here and walk around, or like?
Not that I know of. I don't know. I've never had any.
Yeah. We live east of Queen.
point in every tour that we turn our boats around and head back downriver. We're going to do that for a couple of different reasons. First, if you look out ahead of us and off to our left, you'll notice that these sandstone cliffs pretty much disappear past this point. They're kind of leveled on into lowlands. There's not too much else to see any further upriver. But it's right behind that lowest hanging branch coming into view. 6 feet above the water, 2 lines. It reads Leroy Gates, Dells and River Pilot, 1849 to 58, over on our right. The next closest structure is the highway bridge. You guys have probably gone over that a couple times in the past few days. And the closest one is the railroad bridge. It also used to be the highway bridge before they built that one just beyond it. The cars were on the lower level and the trains went up top. So that is actually the third bridge to stand in its place. The first one was made out of wood, but sparks from passing railroad cars burnt it down, so they built it again.
About a block up the street. And those run every 10-15 minutes all afternoon up until 8 o'clock. So if you guys want to hang out downtown, feel free. Just remember the last time they're here is 8 o'clock. So you don't want to get stranded here. No, but in all seriousness, on behalf of myself, Brandon, and the Upper Dells Boat Tours, I want to thank you all so much for coming out today. Please enjoy your stay here in Wisconsin Dells.
All right, you guys are good to go. Thanks for riding on the Red Cloud today.
Thank you. Whoa. Let's say it's the red cloud.